When I bond two of you beasts together, thou shalt not break the bond which I have created, or you will ruin the breeding experiment. The bond which I have created, thou shalt not break. Thou shalt not commit adultery. So saith I, the Lord of the Word. Those who indulge in this heinous act will be removed immediately from the garden. As a passing warning to all the offending females. Once, when they were treated and cared for in the nursing centers, where they were put in immersion tanks and they did not have to suffer the pains of birthing, now the offending females were kicked out of the garden, and they would have to suffer the pains of childbirth without the technological and medical help. That is the curse that I place upon you, so saith I, the Lord of the Word. What I am reducing down here in a few moments is a suggestion to you that there was an individual attempting to carry on a business, and the Lord of the Word issued commands in order to keep the experiment pure, in order to keep the slave labor pure, in order to keep the profits going. Prince Ea, now the personification of evil, the Lord of the serpents, found in the rejected beasts a boon, an opportunity. He protested to his sister, who argued with him. She said, "Leave them be. You will get in more trouble." How much more trouble can I be in, sister? And look at these beasts. They're rejects. Nobody wants them. They are totally ruined. I can work with them. What if life could achieve its own destiny? What if we gave this beast the opportunity to dream and gave him the tools and the knowledge to achieve his own destiny? What would happen if life could simply have free will? In a system in Orion, in the system in Sirius, that is unheard of. And the sister warned him, you are looking for the most evil, the most horrendous concept that our star system can imagine. Father, the Lord of the Word, the Orion Queen, will not permit it. And so, Prince Ea took in hand the rejects, the unworthy, the tainted, the beast who enjoyed mating, and he began to work with them. He gave them the knowledge of how to survive out in the wilderness. He showed them how to make fire and how to create shelters. But the way in the wilderness was difficult, and many of the beasts could not handle the terror of the jungle. They could not handle the horror of the beasts in the wilderness. Many of the beasts wanted to return to the garden. The Lord of the Word was waiting for him. And the Lord of the Word said, if you want to come back into my garden, you must obey all of my new commands. Thou shalt have no other Lord before me. Thou shalt attend my house every seventh day and pledge allegiance and loyalty to only me. Thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. And then and only then will you be redeemed. Redemption lies in accepting only me. So saith I, the Lord of the Word. And many of the beasts did return to the fold. And many of the beasts found they would prefer the independence, the opportunity to enjoy pleasure, and to revel in being a reject. For at least in being kicked out of the system, they had an opportunity to grow and to develop free will. Some of the beasts were taken aside, and they were taught the secrets of the serpent. They attended the mystery schools. They were hidden away in the caves. And from the caves emerged teachers. Special beasts who had the ability to remember, who had the ability to repeat the stories of Prince Ea with a certain degree of faithfulness. Now the term Su, S-U, is the diminutive of the word Zu. If you remember earlier, we were talking about Lord Zu, the master and the overlord. The diminutive of master and overlord is teacher or master, Su. The teachers of the Lord of the Serpent, those who went out and began to work with the other rejected Dhammas, they were known as the Eyasu. I am going to suggest to you tomorrow night that there was an extraordinarily famous Eyasu who knew of the mysteries of the serpent, who knew the true story, who knew that the institution and the system did not care about the beast, did not care about the rejects, but in fact concerned itself with only one thing, the perpetuation of the system and its profits. This very famous Eyasu, thousands of years later, would be referred to as Iesu. Iesu is a name in Greek that we now refer to as Jesus. I am going to suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, that Jesus, Iesu, was a teacher of righteousness, one who knew the truth, knew the secrets of the creation of man, knew the secrets of the institution, and knew that free will was the purpose of the experiment, the purpose in mind of the creator Da'eya, free will and destiny. But the institution and the systems brought on planet Earth would simply not permit it. The story of Iesu, the Eyasu, his marriage, his crucifixion, and his purpose in life, we'll discuss tomorrow night. I thank you at this point again for allowing me to be with you. I hope that some of this has at the very least been interesting. I hope some of it has made sense. I again invite you tomorrow to call Mr. Remlin, call the network, let them know whether or not you like the program. If you could, please, we are asking for assistance in our research. We have 4 books we would like to make available to you. One book is the story of the Star Elder, the warrior who crashed, who fell from the skies. Terra 1 and Terra 2, probably the core of our work, which is the hidden history of mankind. It's this story that I have just been repeating to you. We have another book called Terra Prophecy. We will talk about that one tomorrow. It's about crop circles, petroglyphs, and the fulfillment of prophecies that are happening in this year. And then finally, the Second Coming Conspiracy, in which I suggest the powers that be, the secret powers behind the secret societies. We'll talk about them also tomorrow. If you would, please call Rod, call my family in the morning. We'd be more than happy to provide you with the reading list, information on our books, up-and-coming trips where we take people out into the Starlands. Our phone number is area code 602-404-8050. I cannot begin to thank Rod, the network, Ivy West, and several of you out there who have supported us in the past. Thank you very much. And if this is intriguing, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to love tomorrow night, because tomorrow night we're going to get into the Kennedy assassination, crop circles, prophecies, Mars, the Aryan takeover, the Santilli tape, Roswell incident, chupacabras, and on and on. For now, I'd like to continue here in the last half hour and suggest to you that we have been manipulated and deceived from the very inception. The holy books, the institutions, many of the documents that have been created over our early history have served but one purpose, and that is to deliberately deceive us, to take us away from the possibility that we have free will. Ladies and gentlemen, we are an experiment gone wrong. I am sure many of you probably feel as if you're a reject. You wonder, where did I come from? How did I end up on this planet? How did I get here? I filled out the application properly and I ended up here. I am sure most of you know in your hearts there's something wrong here. I truly believe we all want to believe in the churches and the institutions. We really do. But somehow the powers that be have perverted it for whatever reason. I am suggesting that it is an extraterrestrial source. I am suggesting that it is an angelic, divine, godly whatever word you choose to pick, it is a star being intervention. We are an experiment in free will. We are rejects. I suggest that hardwired into your DNA is an anti-system gene. I suggest that you would prefer to enjoy a day in the park. I would suggest you would prefer to be with your mate. I would suggest that you would prefer physical pleasures, enjoying a game, or simply taking a nap rather than going to work, paying taxes, and supporting individuals who seem not to know what life is about. I am suggesting to you that you have a renegade gene in your DNA. In the Terra Papers, we detail how Prince Ea actually tampered with your genetic makeup in order to make sure that you would not return to the system. There was only one way in which he could prevent the reject beasts, the Eyasu, from going back and falling to the system once again. I will leave that to the Terra Papers and hope that we have piqued your curiosity and that you'll at least be interested in getting a copy. I would like to leave you here in the last few minutes with probably the greatest travesty, the most horrendous epic in our history.